Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Triple H has been leading WWE into the post-Vince McMahon era. However, wrestling analyst Ben Hammond suggested TKO should let the game go. The 55-year-old joined the Stanford-based company in the mid-1990s. Over the next few years, he became one of the promotion's biggest stars, winning 14 world championships. Meanwhile, Triple H also held multiple executive positions before becoming chief content officer, following his father-in-law Vince McMahon's initial retirement in 2022. Although the former chairman returned in 2023, he left again last year after being sued by a former employee. As Triple H remains the only person related to the McMahon family still working in WWE, wrestling analyst Ben Hammond claimed that TKO should get rid of him. He added on the Keepin' It 100 podcast that the game is an open liability for the new owners. Last year, The Rock returned to become a TKO board member. However, he remains busy with his Hollywood work and other projects. In a recent appearance on the Hannibal TV, former WWE head writer Vince Russo discussed how a full-time return of the final boss could impact Triple H's future. The wrestling veteran claimed TKO would not need the game if The Rock made a full-time return to run the company. Triple H kicked off WWE Raw's debut episode on Netflix before The Rock cut the first promo on the show. The two were seen greeting each other later backstage. In a world where professional wrestling is a mix of sport, entertainment, and spectacle, few figures loom as large as Triple H. Born Paul Levesque, a WWE icon in his own right, Triple H has long been the face of innovation in the company. His contributions as both a wrestler and an executive, particularly in his role as Chief Content Officer, CCO, have played a pivotal part in shaping WWE into the global entertainment behemoth it is today. But now, amid significant shifts in the business landscape, some analysts are suggesting that his position within the company could be under threat. The landscape of professional wrestling has changed dramatically in recent years, with the rise of new competitors, the ever-increasing influence of media conglomerates, and evolving consumer expectations. The shift from an era of traditional media dominance to the streaming age has fundamentally altered how WWE and other promotions create and distribute content. With such seismic changes in play, the question arises, is it possible that Triple H, despite his immense legacy, could find himself out of a job in the near future? At the center of this potential shakeup is TKO Group Holdings, the new parent company formed after the merger between WWE and UFC in 2023. This merger was one of the most significant moves in the history of sports entertainment and has ushered in an era of corporate consolidation in the entertainment world. While the merger opened up vast new avenues for growth and revenue, it also led to a redefinition of power structures and corporate governance within WWE. Under the leadership of TKO CEO Ari Emanuel, questions about WWE's future direction have become more pronounced. The blending of two massive sports entertainment entities like UFC and WWE inevitably requires a shift in how content is produced and consumed, and who is in charge of overseeing that content. While Triple H has earned tremendous respect for his work in modernizing WWE's creative direction, particularly in the aftermath of Vince McMahon's controversial exit, Emanuel and other key TKO executives may have a very different vision for the company's future. As WWE continues to align with UFC in a more unified corporate strategy, a reorganization of roles within WWE could become necessary. The new management team may have different priorities when it comes to content production, digital strategies, and media partnerships. This could put Triple H's position at risk if his approach does not fully align with the direction TKO wants to take. Triple H's tenure as CCO has coincided with a period of transition for WWE, marked by both successes and challenges. While he has overseen the introduction of more complex storylines, new talent development systems, and a broader digital footprint, some industry analysts have raised concerns about the overall consistency and quality of WWE's creative product. One of the key elements of this conversation is WWE's content strategy. With TKO's corporate restructuring, the demands for high-quality content across multiple platforms have increased exponentially. While WWE has dominated cable television with Raw and SmackDown, the explosion of streaming services and the growing desire for live sports programming has shifted the company's focus to digital platforms like Peacock and the WWE Network. Despite Triple H's long-standing commitment to producing compelling stories for WWE's audience, some insiders have questioned whether his creative vision has been able to keep pace with the rapidly changing media environment. WWE has seen some successes under his leadership, such as the heightened focus on NXT and the integration of new faces like Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes into the top-tier storylines. However, the content quality has occasionally been inconsistent, especially with the evolving needs of a younger, more tech-savvy demographic. In particular, critics have pointed to the lack of major breakout moments or must-see television that could rival the cultural impact of the Attitude Era or the ruthless consistency of the golden age of Monday Night Wars. While WWE's presence on social media and streaming platforms has expanded, the company's ability to generate viral moments and engage with younger digital-first audiences has been somewhat sluggish in comparison to its competitors. This disparity has led some analysts to believe that a change in leadership, possibly at the top of WWE's content division, could be on the horizon. While Triple H's experience and passion for professional wrestling are unquestioned, some might argue that his tenure as CCO has not been marked by the same level of creative innovation that defined the company in previous decades. With the rise of other wrestling promotions like AEW and the increased competition from streaming giants such as Netflix, the pressure on WWE to evolve its content strategy has never been higher. Another factor that complicates Triple H's future at WWE is the behind-the-scenes power dynamics. Since the merger, WWE has been under the supervision of a more corporate-driven structure, with TKO executives likely to have differing priorities than the McMahon family, who ran the company for decades. While Vince McMahon was a dominant force in shaping WWE's creative output, his departure following scandalous allegations opened the door for new leadership under Triple H. However, Vince McMahon's shadow still looms large over WWE, and his influence cannot be discounted. Despite Triple H's newfound prominence, McMahon's family ties and potential future involvement with the company could lead to conflicts regarding creative control. In the eyes of some analysts, this situation creates an unstable power dynamic that could make it difficult for Triple H to maintain his role as TKO, especially if TKO executives feel that a new direction for WWE is needed. The merger itself was also a challenge for Triple H, as it necessitated a re-evaluation of the company's creative priorities. The possibility of a new corporate vision, one that could lean more heavily into UFC's focus on live events and athletic competition, might push WWE's content strategy in a direction that is incompatible with Triple H's more entertainment-focused approach. So, what would a post-Triple H WWE look like? It's difficult to say for certain, but analysts predict that any changes in leadership would likely coincide with a broader shift in WWE's content strategy. This could include a stronger focus on live events, short-form digital content, and partnerships with streaming services like Peacock and Amazon Prime. Additionally, it's possible that WWE would look to diversify its content offerings, moving further into video games, virtual reality, and live sports broadcasting. Whether Triple H remains in charge of content at WWE is uncertain, but the dynamics within TKO and the evolving content demands of WWE present a compelling case for why such a change might be necessary. As the world of sports entertainment continues to evolve at a rapid pace, WWE will have to adapt, and the question of whether Triple H will be part of that future remains an open one. In conclusion, while it is still too early to predict the fate of Triple H at WWE, the changing landscape of corporate governance, shifting content demands, and internal power struggles within TKO all suggest that his future is not as secure as it once seemed. The wrestling world is always full of surprises, and even the most legendary figures must evolve, or face the possibility of being left behind.